Hello everyone, and also all the IB candidates out there who are taking chemistry subject. Welcome back to my channel, Study with me. Today I'm going to talk about chemistry paper 1 times on 1 higher level May 2021 exam, starting with question number 21 to question 40. If you guys are confused, why am I starting with question number 21 but not number 1? That's because this is the second part of my video. I write down the link below my videos for you guys to check my first videos. If you think my videos is helping you a lot to prepare for the exam and also to study or simply checking whether you understand the content or not, please don't forget to subscribe and write the comment below. So let's get started. Question number 21. Which graph show a first order reaction? The first order reaction graph, if the concentration versus time, the graph should follow the exponential decreases, which means V. What about rate and concentration? It should be Y, because the rate should be directly proportional for the first order reaction. Then the answer will be B. Let's continue number 22. Question number 22. Which changes produce the greatest increase in the percentage conversion of methane? To increase the percentage conversion of methane, reaction favor product. So we need to check the mole of gases on the left side and then also the right side. Here is 1 and here is 1. Here is 1 and then here is 3. Total on the left side is 2 and on the right side is 3. The right side has more volume of gas. Thus, to increase the percentage conversion of methane, you need to lower the pressure. It means A and B are not the answer. Either C or D. But what about H2O? The concentration of other reactant should be double portion. It means water will increase the portion of methane to react. The more water, the more methane will be converted into CO and H2. And the answer will be C, not D. Let's continue to question number 23. 1 mole of each sulfur dioxide, here is 1 mole, and 1 mole of also oxygen and sulfur trioxide. Which change in the molar ratio of reactants will cause the greatest increase in the amount of sulfur trioxide? Assume volume and temperature of the reaction mixture remain constant. This question, it's a bit tricky because you need to check which one will give the high possibility to get the greatest amount of sulfur trioxide or product. The reactant should be bigger than product, because for what reaction is favored, as you guys want to get a highest amount of sulfur trioxide, it means Q should be smaller than Kc. Kc is in right here, and Q we need to check between A, B, C, and D. 1 square divided by 0.8 times 1.2. 1 squared, it comes from right here if it's 1, and then we change the moles of SO2. It's not 1 anymore, 0.8, and 1.2 comes from O2, and it's right here is 1, and but here is 2. That is why 0.8 square, because here is 2. It's very difficult, isn't it? Anyway, I find another way how to calculate in a very easy way. We just need to find the biggest denominator number to get smallest q. If you guys check 0.8 and 1.2, 1.2 and 0.8, of course, 1.2 and 0.8 are the highest. A and B are not the answer. What about if it's 1.1 square times 0.9? It's around 1.08 something. If it's 1.2 square times 0.8, it's going to be 1.152. So if it's 1 square divided by 1.152 as the denominator, of course q will be very small compared to 1.08. It means the answer will be D. Let's continue to question number 24. Amphiprotic, to just remind you guys, is the species that is able to lose and gains a proton. If NH4 plus, it's impossible because NH4 plus can't become NH52 plus because there is no such things like that. It's not able to gain more protons. So A is not the answer. What about PO43 minus? Also not able to have extra protons, as well as H3O plus. So C will be the answer, H2O, because H2O, if gains a lot of protons, it will be H3O plus, and if lose protons, it will be OH minus. The answer here will be C. Number 25, if you guys just simply see A, B, C, D, you guys will just answer A, because how to find pH? It's negative log H plus, which is negative log 10 to the power negative 9, and pH will be 9, but that's not the case. You cannot apply pH formula directly because it's a solution. We can only use this formula under the assumption where concentration of H plus provided by water itself. This is KOH is gonna be POH, so not this one. What about D? Concentration, you cannot get 10 to the power negative 9 as well. B will be POH will be 10 to the power negative 5. POH here it's 5, so pH is 14 minus 5, which is 9. So the answer will be B. What about 26, which is a Lewis acid but not a Bronson-Lowry acid? BF3, Lewis acid as boron has incomplete octet, so it allows to accept a lone pair but not Bronson-Lowry because it doesn't contain protons. So if it doesn't contain protons, which is H plus, so it's not a Bronson-Lowry acid. What about H3O plus and NH3? Both contains protons, so it's Bronson-Lowry acid. What about Cl minus? There is no lone pair is accepted, so the answer will be A. 27. Which combination will produce an alkaline buffer in water? H2, you need to remember, it's diprotic acid. It means it has more than one H. So you need to have a weak base. So weak base here needs to be really, really high. It means excess. C and D are not the answer. But what if you have only 0.1 mole H2SO4 because of diprotic acid? So H2 will be 0.1 times 2, 0.2, and here is 0.5. What about here? 0.05 times 2, it would be 0.1. 0.1 and 0.1. So weak base is not an axis, but here weak base is an axis because 0.1 and 0.2. 0.5 is bigger than 0.2 and H3 is an axis. The answer will be B. Continue to question number 28. A students perform displacement reaction using metals W and X and solutions of salts of metals W, X, Y, Z. The results are summarized in a table. If you see which one is the most reactive, which one that could not be replaced, it's Z. So Z is the most reactive compared to W, X, and Y. Number 29, redox reaction. What is correct for this redox reaction? Which one is reduced? Which one is reducing agent? If we break it down, the oxidation number for each of them, O2 will be -4, Mn +4, O2 -4, O only is -2. 2I minus is -2. 4H plus, 4 plus, and Mn2 plus 2, I2, as is I2 should be 0 because only its element without a charge or not ion, it should be 0, and 2H2O. H2O, or -2, H2 is +2, if it's only H is +1. So Mn and this Mn2 plus 4 plus 2 plus decreases, which is reduced. If it's reduced, acting as the oxidizing agent. If you see I minus and then I here, oxidize, acting as reducing agent. So reduce, oxidizing agent, and oxidize, reducing agent, vice versa. Which one is reduce? Reduce is Mn, which is A. Which gives the equation and cell potential of the spontaneous reaction? E cell calculation should be E cell reduction minus oxidation. So which one is reduction here? When we see -1.18 and plus 0.80, the most negative will be oxidation. So reduction will be 0.80 minus -1.18, which is 0.80 plus 1.18. It's plus 1.98. The answer will be D. Don't worry about this because you guys only need to check this number. Number 21. What are the products when concentrated aqueous copper 2 chloride is electrolyzed using platinum electrodes? Copper in the reactivity series, copper is below hydrogen in the reactivity series. So copper will be produced. What about concentrated Cu? If concentrated Cu is used, Cl will be discharged over oxygen. So Cu and Cl2. The answer will be C. Let's go over number 22. Which series in order of increasing boiling point? Before you check of this, A, B, C, D, you need to check what functional group is this. OH, alcohol. Alcohol, it's polar. At the same time, OH has hydrogen bonding. Alkane, non-polar. What about ketone? Ketone also polar. Alkane here non-polar. Now we have two polar, which is ketone and alcohol. But if you want to compare between alcohol and ketone, which one has the strongest bond? If you guys compare between ketone and also alcohol, alcohol is the most strongest as it contains hydrogen bonding. Increasing boiling point, alcohol should be here. So the answer will be B. It's number 33. You need to understand the concept again. The lowest number should be where the functional group is. So functional group is right here, alkene. The number will be 1, 2. If you guys remember the concept of numbering, so the lowest number should be at the functional group or near to the functional group. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hexane. Alright, so A and D. What about this? So 1, 2, 3, 4, methyl. 4 methyl, hex 2-ene. Now number 34. What is formed in a propagation step of the substitution reaction between bromine and ethane? Initiation. So be Br2 produce Br free radical plus Br free radical or 2Br free radical. What about propagation? If it's first propagation, it will involve hydrogen within the alkane. So CH3CH2 free radical will be formed and HBr. So the answer will be A. Number 35. Which is most likely to hydrolyze via a SN1 mechanisms? If it's SN1, you need to remember it's tertiary. If it's tertiary, only this. CH3, CH3, CH3. So this C is tertiary carbon. The answer is C. Number 36. What is the product of the reaction of benzene with a mixture of concentrated nitric and sulfuric acid? Benzene nitration is a very unique reaction where it's very easy to remember for you guys, you know. So definitely will produce NO2. Number 37. How many chiral centers are there in the following molecules? You know, chiral atom is bonded to 4 different atom groups. If you identify CH2, it means it has 2H. So the chiral center here will be 1, 2, 3, 4. How do we know this one, this one, this one, and this one are the chiral centers? That's because of this 4C, C, 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 and C bonded to different 4 atoms groups. Example, C and C right here, okay, right here. O, OH, and H. C right here bonded to C right here, which is this, and then C also bonded to O here, which is this O, and then also C here bonded to OH, and at the same time, as you know, is bonded to H as well. So the answer will be C. For number 38, the enthalpy of combustion of a fuel was determined using the calorimeter shown. The final result was lower than the literature value. Which factors could have contributed to this error? Not all heat from the combustions was transferred to the calorimeter. It's, of course, heat loss to the surroundings always happen. So 1 is correct. What about B? Incomplete combustions occur. You know, when you burn something, you will see black surface at the bottom where it usually occurs. It means the combustion is incompleted. So it will be B is also correct. What about the temperature probe touch the bottom of the calorimeter? It's actually the same with the temperature of solution inside as they are in contact. So the answer will be A. So this one is, it's not going to contribute to the error. Number 39, it's actually a little bit confused when I see the mark scheme is a D, but trial 1, the difference will be 11.15, and this one will be 11.10 because final initial, and this one will be 11.20. So if you take the average of this, it will be 11.15. So I'm not really sure why the answer is D. So 11.15, they make it to the nearest, I mean, they simplified this number. 11.15 becomes 11.2, but then when I see it here is 11.35, 11, like 2 decimals. So but the answer is 1 decimal only. At the same time, if you calculate the uncertainties, so 11.20 minus 11.10, which is 0.1, divided by 2 is 0.05. 0.05 here and also 0.05 here. So it seems like the answer is B, but it takes to more simple answer, which is 11.2, but 0.1 here is not really compatible with 0.05 here. Okay, so for number 40, which compounds produce the following NMR spectrum? If you have this, when you see this 2 pick, it means 2H environments. If you want to check how many environments in propane will be here. All right, so it has 1 and 2 environments, H environments. What about propanone? Propanone is 1H environment because OCH H. So here and this one also the same. So 1H environment. Propanol. So propanol will be 1, 2, and 3 H environment. 2.2 dimethyl propane, CH3 here. What about 2.2 dimethyl propane, CH3, CH3, and also CH3. Only this, and it's 1H. So the answer will be propane, which is 2H. Alright guys, so we've finished to discuss Chemistry Paper 1 times on 1 HL May 2021, question number 21 to question number 40. So if you feel this video helps you to understand the concept, improve your understanding, and also prepare for the exam, don't forget to subscribe and write the comment below. And see ya!